What's up, guys? It's your boy MacDabs here again today. Today I wanted to tell you guys about my experience getting my first tattoo. I thought it would be good and relatable and help anybody out who wants to get their first tattoo. Because I had looked up a ton of YouTube videos before I got my own tattoo. And there's some things that I think that people kind of left out, and other things that might be a little useful to you guys. So just so you guys know, on screen I'll have right now a small short video of what my tattoo looks like, and it's this right here. But that's just so you guys can see it up close. I got something that was really meaningful to me, and I made sure that I got something that I wouldn't regret, something that would last and I would love forever. So that's why I got something meaningful, something well thought out and planned. And I've had my tattoo for probably, I want to say almost 2 weeks. So it's still scabbing a little bit. It's still got a little time to heal. But it's been very good in the 2 weeks that I've had it, and I love it. So guys, for my tattoo, I had thought about my tattoo probably like a month or a month and a half before I even got it. It's something that I've actually wanted to get for longer than the time that I thought about getting it. So I really got something that I wanted to keep, and I think that's really important when you get a tattoo. Don't just get a tattoo to get a tattoo, because it's a little silly. Like, I have gauges and a tattoo because those are things that I want to keep. Those aren't things I ever want to get rid of, and there's a lot of people that get this stuff and want to get rid of it, and in all honesty, it kind of ruins it for the rest of us. No offense to any of those people. Like, I totally understand making decisions that you regret, but oftentimes I get questioned about my gauges, and they're like, well, what happens when you take them out and you don't want them anymore, or the trend stops, or anything like that. The trend stopped a while ago, and I still haven't taken them out, and I don't ever plan to, really, honestly. Like, it's something that I just want to keep, just like my tattoo. So make sure you really think about what you want to get, and get something that you're going to love. Make sure it's something that you will not regret. That's the absolute best advice I can give you. So going into the shop, I actually had the tattoo artist that does a whole lot of the tattoos that my dad has, and my dad has quite a few tattoos. So we were both comfortable with each other. He liked the design that I made for my tattoo, because I fully made my tattoo. When I got there, we kind of discussed it. I actually got it in a slightly different spot than I wanted it, and I got it a little different than I wanted it. I actually wanted it more on like the side of my arm instead of here. And also I had wanted the diamond like a little smaller, and I just wanted it filled in black. I didn't actually like want the creases of the diamond, or the lining of the diamond, I guess. And originally I hadn't planned on any shading or anything. That was something that was completely thought about after. The diamond was actually going to go on my hand a little bit, and he had kind of talked me out of it. So we had moved it down to my forearm, and we tilted the diamond, made it a little bigger, put more detail on it, and then, like I said, way after, he decided to put some shading and some white ink in there just to make it look really nice, and it came out awesome. I love my tattoo. So we got my tattoo all set. He printed it out, he put it on the paper and put the whole stencil on my arm and everything. And I got to kind of see before it was actually on me how I like it in that spot and everything, which is great. And basically, the spot that I got it is a little weird, because pain wise it goes from two different painful areas, and then the middle is like it's like a kind of painful area, but not as painful as the other two areas. The pain isn't a bad factor, and I'll talk about that in a minute. So basically, like, part of my tattoo is on my wrist, and the other part of it is really close to, like, the inner part of my elbow, basically, or the inner crease to my arm. And those two spots are, like, they were a little tougher than everywhere else, I guess. They were a little more irritating. Basically, the pain of the tattoo, the best way to explain it, is it wasn't as painful as it was a feeling of, like, the same repetitive, annoying ass, like, stinging feeling, I guess. Because it's just needles that are constantly hitting your arm. Like, it's multiple needles that is just pressing down into your arm rapidly. So it was like a kind of like an irritating, or like almost like a scratching feeling, I guess. That's like the best comparison I have for it. So it was painful, but it wasn't as painful as it was irritating in a way. So pain wise, not too bad. I've had some, like, other painful things happen in my past, so I really wasn't that nervous going into it. And, like, don't get too scared about the pain, because, you're gonna have to deal with it the whole time. And to me, the pain is really worth it, because you get something that you get to keep forever. So the pain isn't awful at all. I wouldn't worry about it too much, but it does vary depending on the spots. Like I said, 2 different parts of it were a little bit more painful than the middle of it. The 2 ends were a little worse than the middle. While the tattoo was going on, I honestly, like, didn't look at it a lot. For some reason, if something painful is happening to me, it's easier for me to not look at it. But anytime he took a break, or actually even some of the time that he was doing it, I did look at it, but it was mostly just, if he, like, lifted up the needle, then I would look at it really quick. So, like, I didn't look at it a ton while it was going on, but my artist was actually really funny, and he kept some good conversation going, so that's always nice. When you go into it, try to talk to your artist, or bring somebody with you that you'll talk to or something. I had my girlfriend there, my dad there, and then the artist there. So all 3 of us were talking the whole time, and actually, like, the other artists were talking to me, and it was great. I got a break in the middle of getting my tattoo done, so I got a lot of time to talk and, kind of keep my mind off of what was going on. Not that it was really a big deal in the first place, because, like I said, the pain isn't awful or anything, but, it's nice to kind of trick your head out of it, I guess. And so, having other people there and having people talk to me, it made it much more comfortable. And like I said, it kind of got my mind off of it. So bring people with you. I ate before I got my tattoo, which is a good idea. Probably eat something, especially if, like, pain isn't your forte. 'Cause don't pass out. Don't do it. I doubt it'll happen, but it's possible. It's less possible than you think, but more possible than you realize, I guess, if that's the best way to put it. I had no problem with it. I didn't even get lightheaded during my tattoo or anything. So, like I said, I wouldn't worry about it too much. I mean, if you get in, like, a super painful area, then maybe, just be a little bit more careful. But like I said, try to take your mind off of it. It'll make it easier. My tattoo, I think it took a couple hours, but I did get a break in between getting it. So it took a little bit, even though, like, my tattoo is kind of long, but it's not that much. And then the shading that he did came out really well, so I enjoyed the shading. Here's a good thing to talk about. getting everything lined in ink first versus getting it shaded is kind of a different feeling. So basically, getting the lining done to it is more painful, but getting the shading and coloring done is more irritating, I guess, if that's the best way to put it. And the really weird part is, well, all of the lining was being done, my arm was fine the whole time. Like, it bled a little bit on a couple spots, but not bad. And then once he did like the shading and the coloring is when it actually started bleeding a lot more. It still didn't bleed like a ton or anything, but it started bleeding a lot more. And the weird part too is I didn't realize when you get your tattoo done how much ink like comes out of it and comes out of your arm. So it was like weird to me, and I was like, is this supposed to happen? But it is normal, it's fine, don't worry. And you know, if you have questions, definitely ask your artist. Don't be afraid to, because this is something that's going to be on your arm forever, or you know, be in whatever spot you decide to get it forever. So don't be afraid to ask questions. But yeah, it was a little weird because like there was blood coming out of my arm, there was ink coming out of my arm. It was very weird. My arms, I want to say, stayed swollen for probably like a day or two, and it wasn't that swollen or anything, but yeah, it was like a little puffy for like a day or two, and it went away pretty quick. The healing has been really good, so I wouldn't worry about the healing too much. Just try to keep it clean, and that's about all I can say, guys. My experience getting a tattoo was really, really good, and I hope that everybody else's experience getting a tattoo is great as well. Like I said, my artist was hilarious, and he was funny and great to talk to. I had people there that I loved. I was getting something that I loved. So it made it really easy for me and really, really great. So I recommend doing the same, guys. Thank you so much for watching the video, and I will see you guys later. Have a great day.